In this lab, we need to be very accurate and find the difference in mass between a sample before and after its decomposition. And we start by weighing a clean evaporating dish on an analytical balance. Our sample could be one of two possible mixed zinc salts, either one that has 2 zinc carbonates plus 3 zinc hydroxides, or one that has 1 carbonate and 2 hydroxides in its crystal structure. We pour the sample into the evaporating dish and weigh it again to determine the mass of our sample to 1/10 of a milligram. On your workstation, you find some wire gauze on an O-ring, a meeker burner and a flint striker, as well as some tongs to start the decomposition of your sample. So you place the evaporating dish containing your sample on the wire gauze, ignite the meeker burner and place it about 3 to 5 centimeters under the O-ring. And as you heat your sample, the O-ring starts to become glowing red hot, which is a good sign because you need high temperatures to decompose your sample. When heating your sample, it decomposes into zinc oxide and carbon dioxide plus water. And those will be driven off as gases. Depending on the formula, the two mixed zinc salts will lose different amounts of carbon dioxide and water. The zinc oxide that remains, that is left behind, has a bit of a yellow tinge. After heating your sample for 15 minutes, you turn off the meeker burner. Two things can go wrong now. You could drop the evaporating dish and lose some product, or you could place it on the surface of your lab bench, which would cause the surface to melt. So use the tongs and grab the hot evaporating dish firmly and transfer it into a desiccator to cool off. After 10 to 15 minutes in the desiccator, the sample should be colder than hand warm to be weighed. Use the same analytical balance that you've used before and work relatively quickly because zinc oxide is hygroscopic, which means it absorbs water over time, and that will cause its mass to slowly increase when it's exposed to the moisture of air, which we call humidity. The zinc oxide will be discarded in some designated waste container that will be provided, and the empty evaporating dishes will be collected in the sinks before you leave the lab.